So today I'm going to talk about Julie. I know we've already done a Julie varietal video. If you haven't seen it, check it out. We've got like 34 mango variety videos out there, and each one has a lot of good information on it. But Julie is a very small tree, compact grower, and a big favorite for people from Jamaica and Trinidad. It's an old variety in those areas and a very unique flavor. And so for years I had one little tree in the grove. It was 3 years older than any other tree out there because it had been in a pot for a while, and it's definitely the smallest tree by far. We do get mangoes from it like every year, but it was never enough for the people who wanted Julie. There's nothing like tasting what you tasted when you were a child. And so anyway, as you might recall from other videos, this tree, which is a Hayden, had a big branch that was growing toward the power lines. In June of 2016, we had a big storm at night that blew a big branch into the power lines, and the contractors for the electric company came out in the rain in the middle of the night and cut that big branch off and cut a lot of other branches back so that we would have power, and hopefully it wouldn't happen the next day. They tried to cut it back quite a bit, and I didn't want that to be a problem like every 5 years. The plant is always going to grow to the south, and so grows more strongly to the south. So I didn't want to do that, have that happen every few years. So I decided to graft dwarf varieties on that side of the tree, the south side of the tree. And this low branch was really a prime spot. This was never in danger of going into the power lines because it's a nice low branch, and it's growing to the northwest. But as long as I was top working branches to dwarf varieties, I thought this is one for Julie. So we have a lot of Julie fruit here, and so a lot of people are going to be happy this season. We have a lot more Julie fruit than ever. And it's been less than 2 years since I started grafting. The event, that storm happened in June. I didn't start grafting anything until August, and then it went through the winter. So, some of these grafts are about a year old actually, but there's just a tremendous root system to this tree, and it just makes things grow fast. And so anyway, we're really fortunate. Here's a box of Julie, and we have some larger ones, and they're smaller ones too. Not all of these are from this particular tree. I do have a small tree, and the small trees seem to have smaller fruit. I think that this tree, because of having such a big root system, grows bigger fruit. And so, that's great. We have one little problem with Julie. It's a problem for people, but apparently not a problem for squirrels. This fruit was the meal started 2 days ago for this one. A squirrel had gotten it, and then they came back to it, and basically this fruit was pretty green when it was on the tree. And from what I hear, people often will just wait for Julie mangoes to drop from the tree and then eat them the same day. And of course we don't like to have fruit drop from the trees ever, and so we try to pick them before they drop, but now the strategy is to pick them before the squirrels get them. And so anyway, much greener than this is when they first got in. So we're trying to find full fruit that is ready to pick and will mature off the tree. So anyway, squirrels got really happy with that particular fruit, and we're trying to make more people happy than squirrels happy. So anyway, from what I can tell, this is a good time to, a good stage to pick the fruit. It has started to turn sort of yellowish green. And a lot of times when I pick it, there's actually hollow dry stems. A lot of these I cut off the tree, and it's harder to tell if it's been a hollow dry stem or not. But yeah, of course I can't find the one. Yeah, you can sort of imagine that having a hollow spot developing. Let me see if I can find anything else. It might have been in another box. We're actually going to have 2 boxes at least of Julie tomorrow. I know these are small boxes, but it's just a lot more fruit than we've had. And it seems that this is just the beginning of Julie season. If the weather is with us, I mean, we don't want a storm to come in and knock everything down. I shouldn't even put that idea out there, but it looks good. We've got a lot of fruit hanging here. We've got our original tree that has fruit, and we have another branch of another tree that has Julie fruit also. And since it's one of my favorite varieties to top work, I think the fruit grows bigger on an existing tree when it's top work to an existing tree, and also it just makes a very attractive tree. And this very compact growing that branches very readily and just makes a nice look for a branch from far away or for an entire tree. So because of that, it's one of the very first varieties, actually the first variety, that I am going to just prepare graft wood in advance and have it for sale on Saturday morning. So tomorrow is going to be the first Saturday that we offer some graft wood for sale for those who have the last minute urge to try a little grafting, top working at home. And we will have Julie and ice cream mango, both 2 of my favorite varieties to top work. And I think we've got something else that I've prepared too, but I'll have to go around and see what's ready to cut tomorrow morning, and we will wrap it, and hopefully a lot of you can have a fun experience with top working Julie and ice cream. But anyway, the bottom line is for Julie is it looks like a great season for the fruit, and it's going to be an even better year next year because our top worked areas that are not producing this year should be producing next year.